No matter what it is, if you really want it, and if you get out of the way of it, it will happen. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Saturday, March 2nd. I am That By Guy 3000, and I wanted to talk today about change. There have been many times in my life where I've had to change for others, and it usually comes at the sacrifice of my feelings and how I wanted to be treated as a person. A good example is when a number of years ago the social media app Twitter came out and I signed up for it. I wanted to do something regarding movie reviews and setting up something regarding a channel. And when I told my ex Kelly about it, she said that I needed to delete the app. And when I asked her why that was, she couldn't provide a sufficient reason as to why I needed to. What I came to find out over the years is that it made her uncomfortable, but there was no justifiable reason as to why it would have made her uncomfortable because it was about me, it wasn't about her. But that goes back to the issue of change, that I had to change my behavior to satisfy what Kelly wanted in the relationship. And I'm always under the impression that when you're in a relationship, yes, you do have to make changes, but it has to be mutually beneficial to both people. And I felt throughout the years that I was with her that the changes I made was only to, satisfy her needs and her family's needs. And it never was fair to me. This also goes back to when I was in college, and I brought up the example before about how I wanted to pursue other interests and how my mother and stepfather said they would not sign my student loans if I didn't stay in the College of Business. So inadvertently, I had to change my behavior back to what they wanted. And I could come up with a number of other examples of where I had to change who I was to satisfy others. But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the changes I need to do to make me a better person and establish myself not only with this channel, but also who I want to be going forward. First of all, I need to lose weight. I have put on a lot of weight since 2017 and I'm not happy with it. I know I can get myself back in shape, but I'm not finding the motivation. But I'm also realizing that I'm making a lot of excuses for my behavior. I'm not eating well. I'm not going to the gym. And so I need to make that change and make it happen. Back in 2015, I ran the Chicago Marathon, and it was one of the best experiences I have ever had. Here it is. Here is my medal for the Chicago Marathon that I ran back in 2015. So I am capable of making those changes within myself. I just need to put the effort in. Another great example is my well-being. I just went and saw a doctor for the first time in maybe a year and a half, and I was prescribed some medication, and I know I needed to make that change. There was a number of times that I didn't go on medication and I was very stubborn. I kept saying, I can work through this. I don't need medication to help me get through this. And time and again, I would go back down the same rabbit hole saying, I'm not going to do it, but I still did it anyway. That I was, just kept getting deeper and deeper into my depression. So I finally had to sit myself down and say, it's okay. This is a change for the positive. You're not weak. You're doing this because you're a strong person. Another change is being more fiscally responsible, where I'm not going out and spending money on Pop Funkos like I do on a regular basis. Yes, I know, I did go out and buy some last night, but I hadn't bought any in a little over a month. And yes, I did limit myself to 3. There was a couple that I saw that I really wanted, but it also goes back to saying, well, do I need the 3? Can I just do 2? Can I just get 1? And that is going to require some discipline on my part, but I know I can do that as well. I know there's a number of things within my life that I need to change, but I'm doing this video more as a wake-up call, not just for me, but for everyone who's watching, saying, if there's something you want to change in your life, you do have to have that motivation, you have to have that determination to do so. But if you really want to make the change, you've got to find that willpower within yourself. You can't expect anyone else to make those changes for you. Also, it comes down to not changing yourself for the benefit of others. I've spent too much of my life doing that, and I cannot live in regret of what I've done previously. All I can do is make the change going forward to say people are not going to make me change for their benefit. The change is going to be for me, and it's going to be for me and my boyfriend. And if other people don't like it, I can't sit there and just keep, holding on to those relationships. If those relationships are meant to be, they will continue to prosper. And if not, then I have to find solace and say it was a great friendship relationship while it lasted, but it's time for me to move on and make the changes that is going to be productive for me going forward. As always, thank you very much for watching. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at thatbyguy3000. I am working on a video from my trip to Asheville, have some footage from the Coheed and Cambria concert, and did some lip syncs along the way. It was a lot of fun. The trip to Asheville was incredible. And then at the end of May, I'm going to see Coheed and Cambria again down in Atlanta. I've actually never been to Atlanta, so I'm really looking forward to that trip. And I'm working on another music video. I'm actually being more disciplined in terms of my approach this time around. I'm actually doing some storyboarding, some writing to get the ideas in place before I start filming. But the ultimate goal is I'm going to shoot a music video for Coheed and Cambria's song Toys, and I have a lot of great ideas in mind for it. There's another song I want to do a music video for. It's a band called The Deer Hunter, and the song is called Wait, and I'm looking forward to that project as well. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I love all of you, and I will talk to you again soon.